Greetings, students. This is Dr. Howard coming to you again with part 5 of the series on coronavirus. Hopefully that with the series, you can continue to remember and use practical vocabulary words in everyday situation. So in the previous series, I had these words, sick, symptom, social distancing, epidemic, pandemic, panic, quarantine, limit, virus, contagious, lockdown, cure, overwhelm, surge, protect, warn, shortage, ventilators, vaccine, disregard, ease, restrict, restrictions, lead, positive, negative, test, unemployed, income, and supply chain. So I want to see if you remember how to use the words and fill in the blanks. Look for the part of speech, whether you might need a verb, whether you might need a noun, an adjective, a preposition. So Fernando looks blank because his face is red and he does not seem right. 2. Companies such as McDonald's and BMW have developed a blank so they can receive and distribute materials or resources within a network. Governments around the world have issued blank in such issues blank in March of 2020 when COVID-19 became more serious and required people to stay indoors. Governments around the world were asking people to blank several months ago for about 14 days whenever they traveled from country to country. Scientists around the world are working very hard now to find a blank or vaccine which can be a solution to COVID-19. Not having a personal hygiene can blank to serious illnesses or diseases such as athlete's foot, head lice, and malaria. COVID-19 caused millions of people to become blank and feel blank because they could not work and felt bad about many things. So what vocabulary words can you use to fill in these 7 blanks? So for number 1, if you say sick because he doesn't seem right. Number 7, supply chain because it's a network where they provide the supply like the materials or resources. 3, lockdown. Lockdown is when the government issue an order for you to stay indoors. Number 4, quarantine, because you have to be isolated for about 14 days. 5, cure. Cure is a vaccine. It's a solution to an illness that your body needs. Your body needs antibodies, so they can help the immune system to be better and to fight off diseases. So cure. Number 6, not having a personal hygiene can lead. You see here, this is the main verb. Can is a modal auxiliary verb. And number 7, you want to find an adjective. So unemployment, they could not work and they feel negative. Now, can you find the verbs and the tenses of each verb? For example, COVID-19 has become a worldwide pandemic since December 2019. So the verbs are has become. So has become is a present perfect because it started in the past and we don't know when this thing will stop. So we use present perfect. So number 1, The verb is looks. Look is simple present. Now, there are other verbs in number 1 like is, which is simple present. Does, seem. Does is a modal auxiliary verb. Does, seem together is simple present. Number 2, have developed. Have developed together are present perfect. Can receive, simple present. Can is a modal auxiliary verb. Number 3, had issued. Had issued, present past perfect because something already started in the past and finished. Became is a simple past. Required, a simple past. In, to stay, verb infinitive. Number 4, now. Were asking. So were asking is what? See, you have ing that tell you something happened, but it took some time to finish. So there was a duration of time. So you have past progressive. Traveled. Travel is a simple past. Number 5, what do you think? Tell me, so what do you think? All right, can you find the keywords? I see now. Now means right now. So because it's now, you have are working. So are working is the what? If you say present progressive, you are right. Congratulations. To find. What about to find? Infinitive. Can be. What is the modal verb? Can. So can be together is simple present. Number 6. Can lead. And again, can is a modal auxiliary verb and the main verb is lead. So together, they are simple present. Number 7, cost. Well, you see ed, right? So therefore, it's only one word. So therefore, it's a simple past. To become, 2 words. To, that's your infinitive. To fill, infinitive. Could work. Together, they are the past. Could is the modal auxiliary verb of the main verb work. Together, they are simple past. Now, because they could work and felt. Felt is a simple past. So if you were able to identify these verbs and the tenses of the verb with 100% accuracy, congratulations. So let's move on. So I introduced these words in part 4, antibodies, spread, containment, pneumonia, fatally, surge, immune, intubation, isolate, respirator. And as you can see here, I identified the parts of speech for each of the word. So antibody is basically a blood protein that the body needs to fight off pathogen like virus. Spread means to pass on. Containment to stop, to hold something in a place. Pneumonia is an inflammation of the lungs. So pneumonia is one of the leading illnesses that can relate to a person having COVID-19. Fatally. Fatally means causing death. Surge. Surge means something that has a rapid movement or a rapid increase. Immune. Immune means having a high degree of resistance. If you eat vegetables and fruits and you take in necessary vitamins and you take in necessary minerals, your body have antibodies inside that can fight off diseases. So when that happens, your body has natural immunity. Your body is immune to anything else. So when you have a strong immune system, you are not likely to be sick. Intubation. Intubation is one of the methods that doctors use to insert a tube inside of the throat or the mouth so the patient can breathe with the ventilator. Isolate. Isolate means you are by yourself in a protected area. Respirator is a device that have people to breathe and prevent them from breathing in or taking in substances that might cause them to be sick. So here go the sentences that illustrate the usage of each word here. Doctors gave patients antibodies to take so they could heal from their illnesses. Health experts asked people to wear masks so they could spread their symptoms to other people. Wearing face masks is one containment strategy to stop the spread of COVID-19. Older people can easily get pneumonia, which is caused by a virus when the immune system is weak. COVID-19 has fatally killed thousands of people around the world. People could not believe in the surge of COVID-19 cases since it started in December of 2019. Because John has a good immune system, he is usually healthy and not sick. A doctor was using an intubation to help a COVID-19 patient to recover from his sickness. Travelers are asked to quarantine for 14 days because they need to isolate themselves before going to public places. There has been a surge in the demand for respirators since COVID-19. So as you can see from the sentences, I have include the use of modal auxiliary verb like could not. So could shows ability that something can do. Can is the present of could. Could is a modal verb. Okay, so as you can see here, these are some examples of how you can use modal auxiliary verb to emphasize the verb, make the verb even stronger. Okay, so now I have these sentences here, and I want you to see if you can use the word on the left here and complete the sentences here. Put the words here on the line. Pay attention to the clues so you can be able to use all of the words here. So doctor was issuing an order to put a patient on a blank because he did not want the patient to breathe in harmful chemical. Breathe in. 2. Blank, which are proteins, are the body's defenses against infection. They are a part of the blank system, which helps the body to fight against the illnesses. To quarantine is to blank, or someone or something, in a protected area as a mean of restricting or preventing someone or something from spreading potential diseases to others. 4. Quarantine is one method of, such as having 6 patients in an isolated area so they do not or infect their illnesses such as blank to others. COVID-19 can blank spread to many people in a short period of time if there are not blank strategies in place. The blank in this disease will be tragically fatal. So what can you use? Okay, what can you use for the words? What words can you use to fill in the blank? So let me see what you have. Number 1, respirator, because a respirator is a device that helps you to breathe. Antibodies are proteins. This is our natural immune system. So number 4, these are part of the immune system. Number 3, isolate. Quarantine is to isolate. So to quarantine is to contain, to stop somebody from doing something and prevent from the disease from spreading, so containment. Here, spread, because they don't want to spread illnesses such as pneumonia. Okay, I didn't put pneumonia here. So let's skip over here and I go back to here. So this one here can fatally, that means can kill. If they are not they are not containment strategy. Okay, the blank in this disease will be tragic. The surge means something that can go up. Now, I missed number 1, the answer here. So what do you think the answer will be here? Pneumonia. Yeah, the answer here is pneumonia. Because pneumonia is one of the illnesses that can spread. It's contagious. So now, what sentence from here have modal auxiliary verb? So for sentence 1, you can see the word did. This is the past of do. When you use do, I do cook, I did cook, you want to show emphasis on the verb cook. Number 4, you have do. Do is the present tense of did. Show emphasis. Sorry. And next one, you have the word can. Can shows ability, can fatally spread. Will is a modal verb to show something happened later on or to show a desire. Okay? So if you were able to identify the sentences with the modal verb, congratulations. Now, let's look at these modal verbs. Can, show ability. May, show permission. Must, obligation. Shall, supposition or intention or advice. Will, a desire. Ought to and shall are similar, but not too many people use ought to. Ought to show advice also, similar to shall. Need shows something that is not necessary, negative form. Be to, okay, it's an application arising out of arrangement or agreement. Have to something that is similar to you must, okay, but you have to be forced to do something. Would is a wish, is a condition. is a request. Should is the present of shall, is a necessary. Necessity and advice, an approach. Used to is a repeated action in the past and is no longer happening right now. So these are the modal verbs. Whenever you use the modal verb, you need to have a verb in the basic form after the modal verb. I can cook. I may cook. I must cook. I shall cook. I will cook. I ought to cook. Okay? I need not cook. Yes. So these are the modal verbs that you can use to express how you feel, to make a statement, and so on. Now, you have more modal verbs here. Can, the past is could. Must have no past. Have to, necessary. Should, advise. Would, a condition. Will, desire. Would is the past of will. Shall is a recommendation, is the present of should. Now, these are the negative of these positive modal verb. Shan't is the negative, is the contraction of should not. Will not, would not, should not. You don't have to instead of have to. Mustn't, I mean must not. Okay, so these are the negative, these are the contractions of the affirmative modal verbs. Now let's see if you can use these modal verbs and fill in the blank. Be aware of how I use the vocabulary words in the sentence. So for number one, people with symptoms of COVID-19 blank spread to other people because of the virus ability. COVID-19, a global pandemic, has affected millions of people. Therefore, people blank take care precautions to protect themselves. This is necessary. The Spanish flu of 1918 was contagious because it fatally infected and killed more than 50 million people. Therefore, people blank not take this flu lightly. There were no vaccines for the Spanish flu, and there are currently no vaccines for COVID-19. People are hoping that their blank be vaccines for COVID-19 in the next few months. 5. COVID-19 blank continue to overwhelm people if there are no vaccine in the next few months. So I will give you 5 minutes to find the modal auxiliary verb. Remember, you can use any modal auxiliary verbs if you can justify the reason. So for number one, as you can see here, the key word here is ability, because can shows ability. And I'm also using there's no past time, so we will use the word can. People with symptoms of COVID-19 can spread. So can spread is the simple present of these two verbs. Number two, what did you put? Must. Okay, you see right here? Because the key word from here is say this is necessary. You have to take careful precautions. So therefore, it's an obligation that you have to do something, that you must. Now, number three talks about the Spanish flu was contagious and it fatally killed many people. So therefore, see, therefore people. Here you can use should not, or if you prefer to use must not, then it's okay too. Because there are some people who don't think COVID-19 is important or the Spanish flu was important. they don't believe in these things. So then you cannot force people to believe what they cannot believe. So therefore, I would choose the word should instead of must. But if you want to use must, then it's okay. Number 4, will. Well, because you're talking about people are hoping, right now they are hoping that in the next few months, a vaccine will be in place. So will, you're talking about something that will happen in the future, will. And number 19, you're also talking about in the next few months. So here you can use will or can if you want to. Okay, COVID-19 will continue or can continue. To overwhelm people if there are no vaccine. Now, if you might use the word may. You might use the word may to show possibility in this situation also. So if you decide to use may, it is also okay if you want to, because we are not sure. So these 3 modal verbs can use into number 5 to show possibility, okay, to show possibility of something that may happen. All right, so I hope you have learned or relearned these vocabulary words with integration of modal auxiliary verbs. This is Dr. Howard, and if you like the video, please continue to watch. And okay, I forgot that I have a number 6. So here go number 6. Continue to use it. So 6 to 10. People blank live a normal life before COVID-19. Now they blank change their way of life nowadays because they are forced and have no other choices. People blank live a normal live a normal life because before COVID-19. Now they blank change their way of life nowadays because they are forced and have no other choices. 7, there's a possibility that a vaccine or COVID-19 will be developed soon. If not, there blank be a surge of new cases, and governments around the world blank or impose or require lockdown. Number 8, it is advised that we blank have to be ready for the worst if there are no vaccines for COVID-19. Many businesses have required people to wear face masks. Therefore, customers have on face masks upon entering the businesses. People thought COVID-19 blank go away, so they disregarded some of the rules of social distancing. So as you can see here, I have used some of the vocabulary words, like for example, vaccine, surge, lockdown, vaccines again, disregard, but I use in the simple past, and social distancing. Okay, now let me see what have you done? Number 6, used to. So before COVID-19, people used to live a normal life. Now they have to because they are forced to. So used to mean something happened in the past but is no longer. Have to mean they are forced into a situation. 7, if not, there will be a surge. That means they will continue to increase. Have to impose. Well, because it's necessary. It is advised that it is advised. The key word here is advice. So we have to use shall. It is advised is in the present. Must, because the business requires, so this is important. Would is a condition. Okay? So they would go away, but they did not. So if you were able to use these modal auxiliary verbs in the blanks with accuracy, congratulations. If you like what you just learned, please like and comment, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching.